Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Casey, and I'm a graphic designer, photographer, cinematographer, singer, songwriter, and a music composer. I'm here to do my presentation on education for sustainability for Department of Education. The topics I'll be covering would be recycle of paper waste, implementation, and choosing the right concept. So, before we move on to the concept, I'd like to state two facts that most of you wouldn't be aware of. The first one would be in Australia, there are more than 2.02 million hectares of planted forest. And the second one would be paper waste has the least amount of carbon footprint of 1.1% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Moving on to the concept of recycling of paper waste. So, this is a sketch I made for you to have a gist of what the students would be doing in school. So, my target audience would be the primary school students and the secondary school students. Recycling of paper waste, reducing the amount of paper going to the landfills and reusing them for creating fresh papers at school. You could turn them into rough pages for kids to scribble or write their notes, turn the papers into art book and colored papers, or bind them into a book and use it. All you'd require for this is a thicker thread to bind the books, an apron or extra set of clothes that the kids could bring for the weekly recycling of paper waste, as sometimes they could dirty their clothes or wet them. And next one, I'd be playing you a short video of how the handmade papers are done. Try and not play the whole thing, but fast forward to the whole thing. But yes, this is the whole process of how paper is made. And moving forward to the whole concept. And just before we move on to the concept, we should know something about Australia as well, since we live in it. So, the recycling statistics of Australia of 2022. Australia ranks among the top countries who recycle a lot of the waste, which is amazing. So a few of them would be metals. They recycle about 87% out of the 100. Building materials 81%. Paper and cardboard 62% out of 100. Organics 58, and glass 59%. Next, we move to the implementation of the concept. So, first one is getting kids together in groups to the school assembly point and getting them to line up and form a team, where everyone forming a team to do a set of specific tasks, and teachers guiding the primary students to do what they need to do, and the secondary students could be taught, and later they could do it by themselves. It would be definitely easier for them. um, the fifth point would be it can be taught as an hour of recycling as a subject for all the students. Rather than just have a monthly thing, we could have a weekly event where students could do this whole process for an hour. Next, we come to choosing the right concept. Why I'd choose this particular concept is because it's a fun and more interactive and creative way for kids to learn. This also teaches the kids how to work in pairs, as well as how it is to make paper by themselves. There is independent learning involved in this, so they get to master a skill of paper making, which is amazing. Something that's practical that can be taught to people who are unaware of it. An example being family members at home, maybe brothers or sisters, or mothers or fathers. The conclusion for it would be this method of teaching kids how to recycle their paper waste, which would be an example about sustainability and eco-friendly solutions throughout their lifetime. And having fulfilled the requirement of the brief that is given by the Department of Education for the education for sustainability is fulfilled finally. And the organizational policies that we could implement for this project would be work health and safety, that needs to be maintained as a precautionary element for the kids and the school staff, due to working with a lot of hazardous equipment. There also needs to be code of conduct for the students, as the school needs to adhere such for the students. So we almost come to the end of my presentation. These are the several Harvard referencing done by me. Thank you all for patiently listening to this project. Hope you all enjoyed this presentation. Uh, I'm eagerly waiting for your perusal. Thank you very much. That's
The end.